Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm going to be showing my what solds. There was a couple on the 11th that I didn't get to go over, and this vintage Fire King bakeware sold on Macari. I typically don't get a lot of orders on Macari, but I got a couple this week. This sold for 12.14. I made 10.13. I believe my cost of goods on that was like $7 or $8. So that was not good, but I'm glad to see that go. And then this, I had bought a whole bunch of remote controls at a yard sale over the summer. Uh, I think I spent a quarter on this. And this is the last one to sell. So we won't be seeing any more of these. And I think I paid like $2 for a whole bunch of them. Some of them I made really good money on. So that was the last one. I only made a couple dollars off of that. This is a tank top that sold. American Eagle soft and sexy suede tank, medium, baby doll, racerback, blue modal. This was really nice and it was like really soft and flowy. This sold for $13 and I have it pulled up over here so I don't have to keep moving that. American Eagle. So I made $7 off of that. And then here I have a Tupperware. It was 7 pieces. Almond condiment dressing, caddy cups. I forget what I paid for these. It was only $2 or $3 again. So my profit is like $3 or $4 on those, but I am glad to see those go. This was very pretty, and I'm surprised it took so long to sell because it's not like a typical Columbia item. Columbia women's V-neck 3/4 sleeve tunic top, green floral, large. It was 100% cotton, and I used the keyword boho. It was a little sheer, but it was very pretty. So I don't know why that took so long to sell. But my cost of goods for that was $3.87. I let that go for $11. Oh, it took 90 days to sell. So I took an $11 offer and I will make about $5. The Tupperware was 142 days. The tank top was 50 days, which makes sense because I listed it as it was getting colder. But people are buying summer items. Maybe they're going on vacation. Vintage Levi's 560 Comfort Fit tapered 33 by 32 blue denim jeans. This is actually the second time these sold. I sold them one other time for full price, $40 on eBay, and they returned them, said they didn't fit. And then that it sold within 4 or 5 days the first time. And then I got them, they sold again within, what I say, 3 days. I do offer returns on eBay, but the buyer had to pay the returns, so it didn't cost me anything. Um, these cost me $9. I sold them for 40, so I will make $23 off these. And then we have Victoria's Secret pink floral flower quilted nylon weekender bag. I have sold this same bag a couple of times, and then I have a few others. Anytime I see these, I pick them up. They always sell. My cost of goods was $5. This was listed for 150 days. And they really don't take up space because what I do with these bigger bags is I put the other smaller purses and wallets and stuff in them. So I use them kind of, but this was in really good condition. It was like brand new. Like the bottom was still, it wasn't like flattened out from being used before. So this sold for $16. My cost of goods was 5. I will make $8.50 off this. Not bad for something that I got to use for a little while. These BKE buckle Dakota bootcut embroidered jeans stretch. They said they say 29L, but they measured a 32-32. These were listed for 31 days. My cost of goods was $9. I got these in an online auction. I got a whole bunch of jeans, and these were in like very excellent condition. So those sold for $28. I will make $13.40. This was not very good. I thought it was going to be better than it was, and I didn't comp it. I think I've decided to get rid of the books I have and give up on books. Um, I should probably just comp the ones that I think are good, but I don't know. There's so many people on eBay that are like buy two get one free and all this. It's very hard, but I thought it was going to do better because it was like an R.L. Stein Cabbage Pail Kids, you know. So I thought it was going to do better, but I ended up selling that for 286. My cost of goods was $2, so I broke even on that. But it's more space on my shelf when I get rid of these things. Um, the Banana Republic, the everyday wide leg pant size small khaki, these are still on the Banana Republic website. So I picked these up. My lighting makes them look splotchy, but they were not splotchy. That's the stock photo. These sold for, I don't think they sold for $29.98. They were listed for 13 days. Oh, I sent a 5% offer. They sold for 28.47. My cost of goods was $3.37. I will make $20.26 off of those. So I am very happy with that one. This has been like the bane of my existence since I picked it up. This was brand new, sealed Disney Gargoyles Awakening strategy board game, and it was a Ravensburger game. So I thought it would be better than it was, but it was not. I accidentally shipped this before, and I had caught myself. So I put in the request for UPS to like intercept it, and they intercepted it. They charged me a fortune. I think it was like $20 to intercept it. But then I had to purchase the shipping to send the correct item to the person. So it's like $30 plus it cost me $3, and it says I made $1.79, but I'm actually in the hole, like $30 for this thing. Like at this point I should have just donated it and saved myself. But um anyway, I love selling Victoria's Secret. A lot of their stuff, because they are so expensive, like a lot of their stuff sells. And this is a bra that I picked up for $3.37. This was listed for 17 days. The Victoria's Secret Incredible Side Smoothing Demi Lace Bra 36D. It was kind of like a pinkish purple color, but everything worked on it. See, it has like this for like your racer back tank tops. You can clip it together or you can unclip it. It still worked. It was in good condition. Uh, it was in really good condition. And this, like I stated in one of my other videos, I look at this to see like how worn this is, and that was still in really good condition. The tags were still readable. You know, like after a while the tags get like kind of yucky. But this was really good, and it sold for my full asking price, I believe. Nope, I sent a 5% offer, so it sold for 18.97, and after my cost of goods $3.37, I will make $11.85. I'm happy with that. So these bras, I know I'm not gonna get more than like $20 for, but usually my cost of goods is so low and they're so small. They don't take up a lot of room or anything, so it's worth it. This, I saw this. It's a Gap women's medium crew neck sweatshirt, purple. It was like a, I don't know what you call that purple, but it was like a weird purple. Solid pullover, long sleeve, and it was maternity. I was not aware Gap made maternity, but I picked this up because of this. Both sides had the zips, and then when I noticed it was maternity, I said, "Oh, that's really neat." So I picked that up, and that sold in 14 days for $15. My cost of goods was $3.37. I will make $8.63. I did take an offer on this. Um, Never sold anything maternity before, so, and maternity stuff, you're only pregnant for so long, you're only going to use it for so long, and I can understand why a lot of people wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on that stuff. So maybe, unless it's something like substantial, um, I don't know if there's big profit margin for that stuff. But these sold in 10 days my vintage LL Bean jeans, women's, size 28 by 29, relaxed fit, double L flannel lined with green deer. You can see the knees were like a little worn, but these had a lot of attention, and I'm not really surprised they sold on Depop. Um, they said on the inside they were a size 12, but whoever had them before, they like cinched them in. I don't, I forget what that's called. They took them in, but it looked really good. And I took good pictures of that. It was very cute with the flannel deer. These are like 90s, like late 90s probably, but see how like professional that looks. And it was really holding up. So double L, made in Mexico. Maybe it was early 2000s then. But yeah, so those sold on Depop, and I, sorry, that's my cats. I boost everything on Depop because they don't charge fees. They just have that one little transaction fee, and then to boost is like 8%. So I do boost everything. That sold in 10 days for $25. My cost of goods was $6, so I will make about 15.25 on those. And they take up a lot of space. So, and I think I had them listed for like 30, but because they really do take up a lot of space in my boxes, being like the flannel lined and everything, I just let them go for 25. Carhartt Rugged Flex. This was retail arbitrage. I actually found a whole bunch of these for $10 at Ollie's, and the only thing is they had these weird sizes like this. Like I think I have 6 short, and then I have 8 short and 8 tall or something. But I put the measurements 30 by 29. I purchased these for $10. They took 40 days to sell. I sold them for $25. So my profit is $10. So would I do it again? Probably. Probably. This. Okay, so these have been listed for 157 days. I think they've been listed longer than that, but before I started using Nifty, I like delisted and relisted them. So this is nail polish. I originally bought these for myself. I have, I don't know, over 300 nail polishes. And yes, I do realize that is a bit ridiculous. So when she started like retiring shades, I went through and I pulled out a whole bunch. And now she retires shades at the beginning of every year. So I'm just going to continue to keep pulling them out because once they're retired, it's like a collectible and you can sell them on eBay. So this is retired. I originally paid $14, but because I bought it for myself, my cost of goods was 0. I sold it for $24. My profit is, oh, I haven't shipped this yet. So my profit is going to be about what, $20? Yeah, $20 on that. And I haven't shipped it because of when it sold. That's why. Lauren Ralph. Oh, these. I am so glad these sold. These were actually very, very beautiful. These Lauren Ralph Lauren. If you follow me on Facebook, you probably saw me post these. Um, these were a silk blend trouser. They were 30 by 30, wide leg. They were very nice. Um, there was a little something I couldn't even get a picture of, but I tried. So these were silk Ramie cotton, which is like a very nice high end cotton, I guess, and some spandex. But so these sold for $50. I have gotten they on Poshmark and eBay. They had a lot of attention. They were listed for 40 days. There was one other pair that sold before mine for $65. Um, I got a lot of lowball offers on both platforms. And finally, somebody offered me $50. My cost of goods was $2.50. So I took that, and my profit is $37.50 on those. So I am very happy with those. Here is a manga buy I did for. So this kid, it was a buyout basically. He was going back to college and blah blah blah, wanted to get rid of them, so I gave him what he bought them for. It was like $2 a piece, so I have about $6 into this. It took them, and I've sold, so I think I bought 50 something books off of him, like individual, and then I lotted them up into series. um so I paid about $2 a piece, and I've sold a whole bunch. I had a big box, and now I'm like down to a little bit. But these sold for 11.98. My cost of goods was $6. And let me see. So minus three, I will make like $5 off of this. Which, as I stated, I don't think books is, well, manga. I don't really see too much, but I don't know. This is another one. Wrangler Rancher flannel long sleeve shirt, pearl snaps, size extra large tall. This was listed for 7 days, but it had been listed on um like previously, and is sold on eBay for $17. And because I have free returns, the buyer returned it. They paid for the return because they said they just didn't like it. So I took it back, and it was new um the first time I sold it. But then when I got it back, it stunk so bad, like men and women. So I don't want to know what was like done in this shirt. So I had to wash it, and then I couldn't figure out how to like charge them like some kind of restock fee or whatever. So when I sent the return, I just sent a note, and I was like, regrettably sending you, a full refund, even though like I have to wash it, and now I'm losing money. So this time around, I sold it for $16. It sold in 7 days. I will make, my cost of goods was $5, and I will make 780 because Poshmark, I think, takes more fees than eBay. So I made less. Also selling it for less, and I listed it for less. So, but I mean, whatever. What did they say? Did they return January, return January? But uh, this was listed for 82 days. It is a very nice Gap women's peacoat jacket, blue, double breasted, size small, and it was cotton. It just felt very nice. I've sold so many